Today I'm going to be talking to you about where I'd be going if I was going to do a road trip of the UK. I've purposefully missed London out because I wanted to talk about the other places you can visit. So this is Kate's Compass, let's get started. Starting right down south of the UK we have St Ives. St Ives and Cornwall in general is probably one of my favourite places in the UK. There are some great beaches and some lovely seaside towns which make it a great place to get some fish and chips or some ice cream. Cornwall's also quite famous for its surfing. Newquay especially holds several surf competitions throughout the year. From here, as you head north, I'd recommend stopping off at the Eden project. The centre, which focuses on sustainability, is famous for its two biomes. These simulate other climates such as the rainforest. The place is generally interactive and really interesting to just have a wander around. Or if you're a little bit more active, you might want to try the zipline, freefall jump or giant swing that they have on site. From here you can visit Bath, which isn't far from Stonehenge. Now, I've never been to this city myself, but I'd absolutely love to go. It got its name from when the Romans built mineral springs from the public baths nearby, and still today it's famous for its spa treatments. Heading over to the east is Oxford. Known for its university, this is an absolutely gorgeous city. It has quite a few museums to look around and has loads of churches and markets to explore. You can also rent a punting boat on the river. Just try not to fall in when you're getting the hang of the steering. Between Oxford and Cambridge there's Bletchley Park. This site became famous because during World War II, this is where Alan Turing and his colleagues famously cracked the Enigma code. You may have seen the movie The Imitation Game. Well, one of the more interactive things you can do here is use a simulation of the machine that Alan Turing built in order to crack a code you're given. Now, Cambridge is likely to be slightly less touristy than Oxford, but there's still a lot of similar things that you can do here. Again, you can rent boats on the river, or you can explore the markets, churches, museums and university that the city has to offer. If you're into photography, I'd say this would be a great place as well, just to wander around and see what shots you can get. Now, not a lot of tourists visit Birmingham, but if you're interested in the history of the UK, then this city has quite a lot to offer. For something a bit different, you can jump on a canal boat, or you can visit Cadbury World, where probably one of the best-selling chocolate bars in the UK is made. And yes, your ticket includes lots of free chocolate. There are places just outside of Birmingham like the Black Country Museum, which allows you to look around things like old schools and sweet shops. Now, as I've said, the city isn't particularly touristy, but it has built a new library which is pretty cool to go and look around, and it does have some pretty good shopping in the Bullring. From here you can head over to Nottingham. The city is famous for Nottingham Castle, and for Robin Hood. There are even opportunities to try archery in Sherwood Forest. Another great city to visit is Lincoln. On top of Steep Hill there's Lincoln Cathedral, which is definitely worth the hike because the architecture of the building is absolutely amazing. If you're in the city around Christmas, Lincoln also has an amazing Christmas market. Just go during the weekday because it does get really busy. Heading over from Lincoln there's Sheffield. Again, this city isn't particularly touristy, but it's one of the best cities if you want to visit the Peak District. A place to go walking, hiking, horse riding and rock climbing, or you can visit Chatsworth House, where Pride and Prejudice was filmed. Also, while you're in the city, you have to try the local staple Henderson's Relish. I go to uni in this city and I've become a little bit obsessed. It's basically a dressing for things like chips or mashed potato. Almost all of the pubs in the area will have it. Now, the train journey from Sheffield to Manchester is not only reasonably priced, but it's also absolutely gorgeous. It goes right through the Peak District. This city will likely be a must-do stop for football fans, given that it's the home of the world-famous Manchester United. If there are no matches on when you're visiting, then you can go on a backstage tour of the grounds where you get to have a look at the press rooms, meeting rooms and locker rooms. Not far from Manchester there's the old port city of Liverpool. Named Joint European Culture Capital in 2008, this city is famous for the Beatles, and many different Beatles-themed tours happen throughout the city. Heading north there's the seaside city of Blackpool, famous for its theme parks, roller coasters and its classic British seaside aesthetic. Heading east you'll reach York. This is another one of my favourite places in the UK. It has a gorgeous cathedral and you can walk around the city along the city walls. There are loads of quirky, independent shops, especially around the Shambles, and there are plenty of cafes to sit and watch the world go by. I would personally recommend Betty's Tea Room. There is usually a queue, but it's definitely worth the wait. I would also wait that little bit longer so that you can have one on the first floor as opposed to going down to the basement. They offer the classic afternoon tea, but they also have some cakes, snacks and drinks if you just want something a bit lighter. North of York there are 3 amazing national parks that I would definitely recommend going to. There's the Yorkshire Moors, the Yorkshire Dales and the Lake District. all of which are great for camping, hiking, rock climbing, swimming, biking, and are all set in some amazing scenery. Thank you for watching this video, I really hope you enjoyed it. There's definitely so much more to do in the UK than just what I've mentioned here, so if you'd like me to talk more about that, then please leave a comment below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and I hope this video has given you just some ideas of the things you could be doing on your UK road trip.